Hello, my name is Grace, and I have a problem with social media and streaming services. My problem is that I crave content all the time. As someone with ADHD, I generally find myself with dopamine-seeking behavior. In high school, it meant scrolling on Instagram to avoid doing homework. In college, it meant binge drinking with friends. And now, out of college, it is watching YouTube or TV or Netflix or whatever for hours and hours just because I can. So I decided to spend 10 days away from my phone and my TV as much as I possibly could, and I wanted to share my observations and thoughts. So day 0, I prepped by deleting as many of the apps that I thought would be a problem off of my phone so that I could start the next day fresh and ready to go. And I timed this detox with a trip to my boyfriend's mom's house in Virginia. Whenever I go down there, it always feels like such a reset for me. Day 1 through 4, the first day was mainly spent driving. The rest of the trip was spent reading, hiking, swimming, and hanging out with friends and family. Day 5 was more driving and then arriving back home to the place that I spend most of my time, which is literally right here. And this is where I feel most pulled to watch YouTube and TV because there's a TV right there, a huge TV just staring at me in the face all the time. Day 6 to 10 ended up being a blur of basically just trying to get stuff done around the house, painting our room, editing videos, and listening to audiobooks. So there was a couple of things that I noticed about the time that I spent offline. Number 1, my FOMO was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I think that this is a culmination of a couple of other experiences where I've taken time off of social media. The fact that I deleted Snapchat like very early on in college, and like all my other college friends had Snapchat. So I've always kind of been used to being left out of the loop in certain ways, like on social media platforms. I deleted Twitter a very long time ago. The only social media app I have on my phone really is Instagram. The only thing I was worried about when I took my time off Instagram is the fact that I didn't like announce it. I kind of just like slid away silently and secretly, and I knew that people were probably sending me pictures or posts or things and probably like, oh, she hasn't responded in like a week, what's going on? But it was fine. I literally just came back on and was like, hey, sorry, I was taking a break from Instagram, and everyone was like, oh, okay, cool, good for you. So no one really cares. When you take time off, no one really cares. Just so you know, no one cares. And also, if someone really needs to get in touch with you, they should probably just have your phone number. Like, if someone is desperately trying to get in touch with you, they probably are close enough to you that they have your phone number. So like, that should never be an issue. And if you feel like it might be, you could be like, hey, I'm taking some time off. If you need to contact me, DM me for my phone number. It's really that easy. Anyways, I definitely had a tiny bit of FOMO. I was just like, oh man, I wish I could watch a couple of favorite YouTubers that I have. I'm like, I wish I could watch their new video because I know there's probably a new one out right now. But then I was like, okay, it's fine, don't worry. It'll still be there when you're done with the detox. And that was very calming to me. So yeah, my FOMO really wasn't that bad. Number 2, I read a ton. So that's one thing that I really wanted to get back into this year is reading more, because it brings me so much joy. It brings me so much mental expansion, just so many things. It's very positive for me as a person to be reading instead of scrolling. I feel like it calms me down more, it regulates my emotions better. In this 10 days, I read an entire book cover to cover, and I ended up reading / audiobooking the remaining 80% of a book that was just like super slow going for me. I just felt like every time I picked it up, I couldn't get into it. So I really finished reading like 2 books, reading / listening to for the second one, 2 books in this 10 days, which is not unheard of for me, but it's not common. Not something that I do all the time, especially just being as busy as I am and me just not prioritizing reading as much as I should. And I hate the word should, but I know that it's better for me to read than to scroll. So Number 3 is that I felt like I had the time to get more stuff done. I swear to God, I don't know what is wrong with my brain, but sometimes when all I've been doing is scrolling or watching YouTube videos or whatever, my whole day kind of revolves around it in a weird way. So like, I feel like I need to get certain tasks done, or I need to be done with certain things by a certain time of the day so that I like have time to watch a movie before I go to bed and it's not too late, or make sure that I have time to go back and watch more episodes of the K-drama that I'm watching or something. I prioritize that instead of the other stuff that I need to do, like filming a YouTube video or editing a YouTube video or doing literally anything but watching TV. I definitely felt like I was living more in the moment instead of just waiting for the next time that I'd be watching a show or another episode of something. But on the flip side of all of this, I also definitely felt a lot more tired and drained. And at the beginning, it was definitely more in like a positive, restorative, healing kind of way. And then closer to the end of the 10 days, I was just like, okay, I'm kind of exhausted of just doing chores and whatever all the time. It was hard for me to feel like I was doing right by the detox if I was literally just sitting on the couch listening to the audiobook instead of listening to an audiobook and also washing my dishes or doing a load of laundry or painting my room or whatever. So I don't know, I just got pretty burnt out after 3 or 4 solid days of being back home and just consistently only doing work all day. Unfortunately, I'm just not one of the people that is built like that. Like, I remember during college and high school, I was so incredibly burnt out from constant social interaction and constant homework, constant deadlines, all that stuff. Unfortunately, the way that my brain personally works, I am not fit for a 5-day-a-week, 9-to-5 lifestyle, which is kind of funny because the life that I have chosen for myself is like a 24/7 lifestyle, but at least I get to choose when I have the energy to do it instead of being forced to do it at certain times when I don't have the energy. This kind of felt like I was forcing myself to be productive all the time, and I did not love it. So with that being said, here are my overall takeaways from this 10-day experience. I knew I wasn't gonna be doing like a full-on dopamine detox because first of all, that is literally impossible because you get dopamine from even the tiniest little things that you don't realize. But also, I knew that I would have literally driven myself crazy if I wasn't allowed to like read books, listen to music, or podcasts or audiobooks. Those are the only like media that I allowed myself to consume, and I feel like that was appropriate. I definitely also did notice that I was using reading or audiobooks to procrastinate in the same way that I was using scrolling to procrastinate, in that I definitely had a lot of dishes or editing or whatever to do, and I'd be like, oh, let me just read instead. It's like, okay, now you're just replacing one thing for another, so like we gotta find some kind of happy medium. I certainly would rather be reading than scrolling. Essentially what drove me to start this detox was that I felt like the only thing that I was craving in any moment of downtime was scrolling or watching something, which is not necessarily my ideal situation. It's not very healthy and it's not good for my brain. It doesn't help me wind down. My sleep got so much better even after like 2 days of not watching TV right before I went to bed. I can't even tell you the amount of better sleep that I got, so that's good. It's definitely made me realize that I do have a problem and I just want to do something about it. I don't ever want to have bad habits, and this one just feels like it's not conducive to a healthy lifestyle for me, and so I will be putting more rules in place for myself in terms of my media consumption because I feel like that's the only way that it's gonna work for me. I can't completely cold turkey it because that is unrealistic, but I also can't just kind of like have a loosey-goosey mindset about it because I'm not well. I can't just do that. I don't have the willpower to do that myself. So my new rules for myself are basically that I'm not gonna allow myself to use the TV before 6 p.m. and hopefully won't be using it later than 9 or 10 p.m. at the very latest. And hopefully that will be made possible by the fact that between the hours of 6 and 10 p.m., I'm only allowing myself to watch one movie or 2 episodes of something, so it kind of corrals the amount of time that I'm on it. I still haven't 100% figured out my rules for YouTube watching yet, but it'll probably be the same kind of thing where I won't allow myself to watch YouTube videos until 6 p.m. and then maybe the number will vary, or I'll put a 2-hour timer on it or something. I'm also going to be changing my timer on Instagram to only allow me to use Instagram for 15 minutes per day. And I know that might seem pretty intense, but sometimes I do the deranged thing of when I run out of Instagram time on my phone, I will go on my laptop and scroll on Instagram for another hour or 2. And that's when I knew that I was, having a problem over here. It was pretty aggressive, junky behavior. So I was like, okay, we need to figure something out. I need to see if I can block the apps on my other devices to see if that'll work. But right now, Instagram is the only social media app that I plan on having on my phone besides Pinterest. For some reason, that feels more productive to me because of at least the kinds of pins on my thing. But I'm also probably going to limit that to about 15 minutes, if I need to see a recipe or whatever. But anyways, I'm also gonna make sure that I don't have the YouTube app on my phone because I used to waste time on shorts as well. I had 45 additional minutes on YouTube that I'm just I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. Because YouTube Shorts is just as dangerous for me as the stupid ass Instagram Explore page. They both ruin my life and I hate them. I don't like shorts. It pisses me off and it makes me sad. It's literally just TikTok and Instagram Reels trying to haunt my ass on YouTube. I'm just trying to watch people living on farms or harvesting honey and teaching me how to plant a nice garden. That's all I want. I don't need a video of someone making iced coffee with vanilla creamer. Leave it on the other apps, please. I'm sorry. I'm such a YouTube Shorts hater. YouTube, you can demonetize this video. I don't care. I'm so upset. It's not your fault. It's my fault. I have a problem. It's not you. It's me. But oh my gosh. Anyways, before I literally lose it on the internet, hopefully this helps me moving forward. All of these ideas, all of these little restrictions. This has been a really eye-opening experience for me this past 10 days, and I'm very glad that I did it. It was definitely something that I needed to do, especially at this time in my life. It has helped me realize that I'm not actually a useless lump and that I can get things done, but also that I don't have to be productive all the time because that is really tiring as well. Balance is a thing that's allowed, that you can do, and it's good for you as well. Depriving myself the opportunity to shut my brain off is very exhausting to my introverted ass ADHD brain. So I do in fact need to allow myself to turn my brain off so that I don't lose it and become very tired of everything and overstimulated. Anyways, this video was so low-key chaotic. Hopefully you enjoyed it and found it interesting. Let me know if you would consider doing something like this as well. Some sort of dopamine detox or social media detox. Or if you've done it in the past, let me know your experiences. I truly love hearing from you guys in the comments and all of your experiences, and I love chatting with you guys there. It makes me feel so happy. But anyways, until the next one, I'm sending you guys all my love because we're all just trying our best out here, as you can clearly see. Okay, see you guys later. Bye!